Okay, I'll tell my story. The other day I visited a friend for Memorial Day. And I sometimes can get like these, sometimes I'm sensitive to things. I'll just put it that way. And when I went down, because they had this like what they call a Ravens room, which is the football team for Baltimore. And my son's like, come on, mommy, come on, mommy, come on, look, look, look. I'm like, oh gosh, it's only a stinking room, you know? Well, anyway, I go down there and I got that feeling, if you know what I mean. And so I was like, okay. I was like, Eli, do you feel that? And he's like, yeah, I do, mommy. I was like, okay, I was just wondering. I went upstairs and I asked the mother, I said, have you had anything strange happen here? And she's like, no, not really. She goes, but Owen, her son, she says, he can't sleep at night. He's scared to death and he always ends up in our bed. I'm like, really? She goes, why? What? And I was like, well, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I just had this feeling before I walked downstairs, you know, when I was walking down your steps to the Ravens room. And so anyway, you know, she's like, okay, you know, so she kept it in the back of her mind. Well, on our way home, I got these chill bumps and everything. I was like, this is really strange. And I didn't say anything to, you know, Eddie or Eli. And Eli says, Mommy, he says, I feel like somebody's sitting beside me. And I just got the chills up and down my arms. I was like, oh man, I'm like, Eli, I'm like, don't say that, because I was feeling the same way. So anyway, we get home, and I kept having these like kind of like feelings and stuff like that. And we were all up in the garage. There was 5 of us. There was a glass sitting on the counter, and bam, down it goes. And I was getting ready to like say something to one of the kids to like slow down and everything, and there was nobody around it. And we're all like looking at each other like, okay, because it was sitting in the middle of the counter. Well, here I am, I'm down in the barn all by myself yesterday, and the radio that I had on top of the counters in the center, that's been sitting there for years, decides just to fly off the top and hit the ground. So, I mean, I know it's kind of like a little bit freaky, but I don't know if it's something bad or not, but it definitely gave me chills. And, you know, with the glass falling on the ground, I had witnesses at least. And of course, I was down here by myself when the radio goes flying off the stupid cabinet. So, but yeah, that's my little ghost story. My place is haunted anyway. I had Maryland Paranormal Society out here, as a matter of fact, because my hubby here that doesn't believe in anything like that said he was starting to see like shadows in the house. It was really, really like scaring me, because my kids said one night, because they both had a bunk bed, it was both my boys, Aaron and Eli, and they were screaming in the room. They're like, mommy, mommy, mommy. And I'm like, what? I go running in. And I'm like, what's the matter? And they're like, there's something under our bed. And I'm like, really? And I'm like, oh, I don't think so, you know. And they're like, no, mommy. And they said, look. And I turn around and I see this black like ball coming out from underneath the bed and going out the door. Gave me goosebumps. They saw it before me, and then I saw it too. And I'm like, oh my Lord. And so I just told them, I was like, oh, that was probably just, you know, just the cat or the dog, you know. And they're like, it was not. But what was I going to tell my kids? They're in bed. They're trying to sleep, but I'm going to tell them, yeah, I saw it too, this black shadow coming out from under your bed. I mean, it was about the size of Scout, my dog, you know, or the cat. And of course, I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just seeing things. And they are too. Okay, well, I let a lot of things pass before I decided, you know, to do anything about it. And when Eddie said that he thought he was seeing, you know, shadows in the house and stuff too, it really, it kind of freaked him out too. So he let the Maryland Paranormal Society come out here too. This is a very old farm, and a lot of things went on here, and I don't know if it's something that's happened before. Some people believe it's like leftover energy, and some people believe it's, you know, there's actually hauntings and stuff like that. But I mean, it was really scaring me. And after the Maryland Paranormal Society was out, I didn't see anything anymore. I don't know what they did, if they scared them away or if they just left with them. I don't know, but I wasn't seeing anything for like a year and a half. And now all of a sudden, these weird things are happening again. Luckily, I haven't seen no shadows in my house anymore because that scares the absolutely living daylights out of me. So, but yeah, we definitely have something going on around here right now again, and I've never had it so obvious. You know, where things are I'll see like the dark shadow and it looks like something's peeking out from behind the wall or something, and then it'll like slide back in as soon as you're looking at it. And but I've never had like glasses falling off the counter or freaking radios falling off that's been there for years. I mean, it was crazy because there was nothing there. I know I did not touch it. I don't know what it was, but that's my story. So if you guys, I'm going to leave the camera on tonight. If you guys see anything, or if you thought you've seen anything in the past when you're in here watching, please let me know. I've never had it in the barn before, except for there was one picture that the girls took. They were up in the hayloft and they took a picture. It was the three of them, and back behind them there was a face. It was pretty clear too. So, but anyway, that is my story. So if you guys see anything tonight, don't be scared. Hope you liked my story. And it is true. I am not lying at all. It is spooky. But like I said, they had a lot of, I think, slaves come through here, and we had the Civil War and everything. I think I told some of you listeners that before. So it's real rich in history, but now that things are happening again, I'm like, maybe I should contact the Maryland Paranormal Society again, because it's really kind of, like I said, I've never had things pretty much thrown off the counters. I don't know if you guys, have any of you guys ever experienced anything like that? And I didn't know I was even sensitive at first to that kind of stuff. And I didn't realize like the feeling I was getting until I had a friend take me through their new house. And when she took me through the whole entire house, and I was like, yeah, okay. It was kind of cut up and kind of weird, and some of the windows were boarded up, and they had these little tiny staircases to like the attic and everything. And well, she takes me into this one room, and there was really not too many windows in it. They were just really small, and I'm like, ugh. I said, I don't like this room for some reason. I felt like I was almost being claustrophobic, kind of like. And she's like, why do you say that? I'm like, I don't know. It's probably just the room. And she's like, seriously.